Hey guys, welcome to the show. My name is Joe, and I live in Tampa, Florida with my wife and two kids. I have a passion for people and craft beer, and I'm putting them together on this show for you today. I've reviewed hundreds of beers on Brew Gene and Untapped, and now I'm sharing my experiences with you. I put the beers I reviewed through a 4-point inspection. 1, visual representation of the label and color of the beer. 2, aromatics. 3, taste. 4, overall enjoyment. Today, we are reviewing Christmas Bomb by Prairie Artisan Ales out in Oklahoma. And we also have on the show Joey Morse from Nashville, Tennessee. He's a producer of this show. He writes and records music. He does video editing. He does quite a bit. He's going to be reviewing the same beer as I am, and we may tell a few stories along the way. So without further ado, let's bring in Joey Morse. And he is not there. Joey?
What's good? What's
All right.
good? I am a hot mess this morning. Well, I
Man,
guess it's
I am
not morning
too.
anymore.
Oh, yeah. Here it's like 12 o'clock.
Yeah.
I don't know.
It's 12 o'clock
12:30.
somewhere.
Yep, exactly. 5 o'clock somewhere. Well, Joey, glad to have you on the show.
Yeah, thanks for having me, man.
Tell us a little about yourself.
I just moved to Nashville a few years ago. I was in insurance for a while, and now I'm a super stay-at-home dad, working a few hustles from the house. Yeah, I mean, I was trying to think of how long that we've known each other. We've known each other for a long time, man. We go way back.
We go way back, probably
Yeah.
about 15 years.
Yeah, I'm thinking like back when we served at Life Church together.
Yeah.
Craig
Yeah, the
Rochelle's
college
church.
group. Yeah, we and we'll tell more stories about that here in a little bit. But
for sure.
we made videos and all sorts of stuff back in the day with old equipment and
For sure.
fun
Yeah,
stuff.
we'll even talk about when you used to go to. Didn't you go to Fort Smith, Arkansas, with me to do a couple gigs before?
Yeah.
Music.
Yeah, I did.
I just
And I
remembered
remember
that the other day.
you and Clint, you trying to get me to turn off the car while driving because you left something in the trunk, and you were going to get it was a Honda Civic, and you were going to get the keys to unlock the back seat so you could pull down the back seat and get what you needed.
Bro, I don't
while
remember
I was
that.
while I was going 70 miles an hour down the
sounds about
highway.
right.
And you're like, no, it'll be fine. I'm like, no, I'm not. You can get me to do a lot of stuff. But that I was like, no, not doing it.
Dude, that's crazy. I don't remember that at all. One thing, Joe, I just, since this is your first episode, I thought it'd be cool just to kind of let people know how you got here, how we got here to this point. Because, man, I think that's something really to be celebrated because this has been a long journey.
Oh, for sure. For me, I've been reviewing beers for many years. I started my beer journey like most people, drinking the crappy, 3%, light beer that's very popular. Probably around the age of 23, I kind of stepped into more, better beer. Started with Samuel Adams, and then it just progressed from there. And I found an app called Brew Gene where you can rate these beers, and I've been doing that for years. And this is actually going to be my 500th
Bing,
beer.
ding, 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 ding. Big 500.
Haven't tasted new beers for the fact that I wanted this show to be my 500th. It's been fun. And then Joey, you came, I told you about the app. We've been kind of sharing beers back and forth for a couple years. Same thing with a couple other friends of mine that I got hooked onto this app. And then I've been on Untapped as well. So kind of both those apps.
Yeah.
And you came to me the idea is I should, make this a YouTube show and a podcast.
Yeah.
And it was a great idea. We're both entrepreneurs. We both have different ideas and, own businesses and things like that for the past, since we've known each other.
Long time.
Yeah. And so I thought it was a great idea. That was about 8 months ago. And then you and I have just been kind of
Yeah.
working out,
We've been
figuring
grinding.
stuff out together.
Been grinding,
And
man. It's been cool
yeah,
to
it's
see
been
you build
fun.
your studio. You know, not really cut any costs. You got a really good camera, a really good mic, and just kind of built your studio one piece at a time, like I did with my music stuff. And it's been cool just to kind of see it all form. And that's one thing I really, I love about you, man, is your tenacity for business. And then also just for people, like you love people, and I think that's one reason you and I have got along for a couple decades now, or however long it's been, because we both just love people so much. And for
Right.
you, how cool is this, to marry, your passion for craft beer and helping people. Not that we're hating on the Natty Light and Budweiser people by
Maybe
any
a little.
means, just a little bit, But I think it opens up my eyes, man. Ever since I met you, my buddy Stacy Taylor, I believe he's going to be on this show. But just it's opened my eyes to there's so much beauty in craft beer. But yeah, it's been such a cool journey to go on with you, man. And look where we are, man. We're finally
Yeah.
here.
I have a lot of help from you. You're the producer of this show, and
Yeah, yeah,
you've helped out a lot. And it's good to bounce ideas off of one another. You know, you
absolutely,
know, you think of some things I don't. I think of things that you don't. We just work together
for
and
sure.
enjoying it.
And we really haven't
Um,
been in too many fights yet, man.
no, just just a couple
Just a couple
fights,
fist
but
fights, a couple
that's
bar
it. From
fights.
even though we haven't been in person
Yeah,
together in many years,
yeah,
uh,
yeah,
we still have those.
for sure.
uh,
Yeah, dude.
so Joey, starting out on our 4-point inspection, what
Yes.
kind of stands out to you about this label
Yeah,
by
absolutely.
Christmas Mom?
Well, man, I was going to do a quick unveiling. I picked up my beer from a place in downtown Nashville called Craft Brewed. I don't know if you can
Hmm.
see that bag very well, but this place is
Yeah.
awesome, man. It's got such a cool vibe. Like it's like a bar on one side, bar like kind of a classy type bar on one side, and then a really nice liquor store on the other. And when I say really nice, they have a lot of really good craft beers. They have a lot of really good whiskeys. Man, if you're ever in downtown Nashville, it is a cool place to go. So yeah, this beer. I don't know if you have your close up camera, but the label, man, you really got me starting to pay attention to labels. Um, Dude, this is such a cool label. Um, I don't know much about the artist or anything. That's more your gig, but can you hear me?
Yes. Yes. I'm
Oh,
sorry. I didn't know you saw. I thought you were going to continue.
no.
Uh, so no, yeah, I love labels, and I've done a lot of research, and I cannot find the artist of this label.
Wow.
Uh, I know it's out there somewhere, but if someone knows the artist of this label,
Yeah.
put it in the comments because I want to give credit to him for
Yes.
sure.
Yes.
I bought my beer from Jug and Bottle here in Tampa, Florida.
Cool.
It's an awesome liquor store. They don't really sell liquor; they sell beer and wine.
Cool.
And it's also a vegan restaurant, which is cool as well. So they sell
Nice.
unique beers, local beers, and then beers like this you cannot find a lot of places.
Hey, your wife is like a vegan influencer, isn't she? Like on
Yeah,
social media?
yeah. She does some things, not as much as she used to.
Yeah. I think that
But
was
yeah,
such a cool idea.
she loves vegan. The kids are vegetarian. I am not.
Yeah.
But I try to respect that when I cook, like grill. I try to like do vegan hamburgers, things
Yeah.
like that.
You're the
So I
Ron
just try to
Swanson of the family.
exactly. I am the mustache included.
Yeah, dude.
Uh,
You're a
but
meat
yeah,
eater.
this label is so awesome. They come out with a new label every Christmas. So this is an annual
Okay.
beer that they produce. So one of the favorite ones in recent years was in 2018. And then this one, people are saying it's right up there
Wow.
from that. what's your favorite thing about this label? What are
Yeah,
your
dude, I'm
thoughts?
glad you asked. So I'm like Buddy the Elf when it comes to Christmas, anyways. I mean, dude, this reminds me of like pictures that I would draw. I've been drawing since I was in like kindergarten. And, the teacher would be like, here's a full pack of crowns. Here's a nice clean piece of paper. Go to town. This would be the kind of stuff I would draw. Like, I love the reindeer. I love Santa. Oh, wait. Is Santa running off with the dude's wife?
Yes. He's running off with the dude's wife.
Oh my gosh, dude, that is so funny. Oh my gosh. So maybe this isn't exactly what I used to draw like in grade school, but I love, dude,
Like
that
one
is
day I'll be
so
Santa.
that
And
is so funny, man. She even left the snow slippers behind. Something you pointed out to me before this show here, that you have a can you spot the difference?
yeah, yes. Can you spot the difference? There is says there are 11 differences.
Oh my
And
gosh, is it really?
one thing that this reminds me of is like an adult cereal box.
Oh
You know,
yeah, for sure.
my kids, they'll hide cereal boxes in their rooms so they can play the games
Yeah.
on the back.
That's
and
awesome.
and the games and stuff. And so this is an adult version.
Oh my
Can
gosh.
you spot a couple differences?
Okay, so
We don't want to give them all away because we want you guys
oh
to
totally.
see them too.
But this is
But
totally my jam. Like, I used to love these things growing up where you could like have two pictures and spot the difference. So I'm looking at, so there's a train with train tracks, and one of them Frosty is whole, and the other one he is like smashed to smithereens.
so a little violent, like
Yeah, yeah.
Frosty's ran over
It looked so innocent at first.
the Rudolph's nose. One is red, and then one is
And the other
white.
one's white. Yeah, yeah.
Yep. And then what else? We'll name one more.
Okay, his sunglasses.
Yep, sunglasses. One's
So if
like
you can find all the differences, there's 11 of them, which is crazy to me because usually I can pick this stuff out right away. But I think people should throw those in the comments below.
yeah, and put a timer on there. See if you can
Yeah,
do
time
it
yourself.
within
Minute.
like 2 minutes.
2 minutes. You're
yeah.
more generous than I.
Maybe that's not enough time.
I'd say
3.
I'd say at least 2.
Okay, 2 or 3.
2 or 3.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, I agree. So, but this is one of the coolest labels. I
Oh,
love.
for sure.
This is probably their Christmas style beers. They did the same last year. It's like spot the difference. I love it.
So you already have me wanting to get this every year.
Oh yeah,
That's
for
so
sure.
cool.
I'll tell you about a tradition that I have in just a moment.
Okay.
With this.
Yeah,
with
I'm
this
probably
beer.
taking up too much time.
But let's crack this bad boy open and
I didn't bring a
look at
bottle
the
opener.
color and the smell and the taste.
Dude, I totally went frat boy on that. I didn't have a bottle opener, so I did it on the table.
Did you really?
Yeah.
With your teeth?
Oh, I should have done it. No, my teeth are so jacked. All right, here we go. The pour. Are you pouring in front of your camera?
I am.
Nice. Oh my gosh, that's so dark. That's my favorite kind of beer, bro.
Oh yeah, and it's nice and crisp here in Florida today,
Oh my
which
gosh.
makes it even better.
Yeah, it's super cold here right
And
now.
I started putting on Christmas lights, so this kind of gets me in the
Dude,
Christmas
it
spirit.
is right now. It is 46 in Nashville, bro.
Oh, that's nice. It's like probably 60 something here, but
Yeah,
for Florida,
that's like cold for you guys.
yeah. All right, let's do
I
a
love
sniff.
it.
Oh,
Oh my gosh.
what stands out to you about the aromatics of the beer?
Oh my gosh, dude. I'm picking up on maybe some like cinnamon and vanilla.
Yeah,
What are you getting
for
right
sure.
now? You're the pro.
Definitely, definitely some cinnamon. Cinnamon's like the biggest, to me, the spice spice in
Yeah.
it. Maybe some nutmeg. I could be wrong. Um,
Yeah, I could smell
but
nutmeg for sure.
cinnamon, vanilla, and just the
I,
color. Color, the smell
dude, this
makes
is gonna
me.
sound crazy, but this smells like Christmas to me.
Oh, it does for sure. No, if I'm tired and I don't want to go
Ooh.
put up Christmas lights, I don't want to drink this beer getting on a ladder, but I can smell it,
Yeah.
and just kind of gets me in the mood.
Oh
Because
my
this beer
gosh.
is strong. It's at coming in at 13%
Oh wow. Goodness
um
gracious. That's
alcohol
why they call it a
content.
Christmas bomb.
Right. They have a whole bomb series. They have their regular bomb, they have birthday bomb, and the Christmas bomb. And so I like to get
Bro.
people gifts for Christmas,
Yeah.
for birthday bomb. So when I can.
Dude, I love it, man. I love it already and I haven't even tasted it.
Well, let's taste it.
Cool. Let's do it.
Oh my goodness.
Dude, my mouth is singing jingle bells right now.
You'll
So
be
good.
so happy you'll be singing jingle bells out of. That's actually a vacation quote, not a Christmas vacation quote. And I think it's zippity doo dah, but we'll say jingle bells. Oh my goodness.
There is so much going on in here with this flavor.
You can definitely taste the vanilla and the cinnamon
Absolutely. And the nut, I think nutmeg, can't you?
and the nutmeg. Yeah, for sure.
I feel like there's just like layers in this beer. Like there's like my favorite kind of beer is like your oatmeal stouts or like whiskey barrel
For
um
sure.
quads, and like because I like a hearty beer that is like almost like a meal of its own.
Right.
And dude, this could be like my top 5 favorite
Oh
beers
yeah.
ever.
Yeah, for sure. I mean, one thing I like about these types of beers that are very flavorful, high alcohol content, it's something you can just drink one
Yeah,
and like over
and you're
an
totally fine.
hour,
Yeah,
you
yeah,
know, hours time. So you sip on it, you just enjoy it.
yeah,
In fact, like my wife and I, we have a tradition
yeah.
every Christmas night, we put the kids to bed and we crack open one of these or two of these, I guess.
Yeah.
And we just sit on the couch, turn off all the lights, have the Christmas tree on, have the Christmas lights on outside, and just hang out. Sometimes we just talk about life, and then other times we just sometimes do sit in silence. And that's one thing Chris has said the other day.
Dude.
We're at the point in our marriage where we can enjoy one another and just be together and sometimes sit in silence.
Yeah.
Um, and
Dude,
so,
that's
and just,
beautiful.
yeah, yeah,
Joe, that's
it's
beautiful.
fun.
Dude, I swear, like when you were explaining that or describing it, like I could just see that, and like that, like dude, I'm such an emotional person, anyways. That
Yeah,
like,
me too.
dude, it literally brought tears to my eyes. I thought that was such a beautiful picture of a husband and wife that have been through what 13 years,
Yep, 13 years.
13 years of marriage, 2 kids. You've moved twice, maybe
Once.
once,
Yeah, moved Oklahoma City
but I mean
to
across the
Tampa.
country.
Right. And
And
definitely ups and downs.
dude, I'm telling you, man, like that's the thing about marriage that people don't understand. I was watching this interview yesterday that talked about how like we don't realize like that we're not getting married to be happy, and that
Right.
sounds so cultural, but like we're getting married to love this other person, and a lot of the things is we're dying to our own, well, a lot of our own things to make this other person better. And we're
Right.
like there's a scripture that talks about as iron sharpens iron, so one man sharpens another. And that's a painful process in marriage, is
Right.
you're sharpening each other, and that's hard, but it's so beautiful. And like you have this like crescendo at the end of the year where you're like looking back on this past year going, wow, we made it through. We're stronger for it. We're better for it. And look at all these things that God did over this past year. I mean, it's beautiful,
Right.
bro.
Oh yeah. Sometimes our dog hops in the middle and tries to get between it. So
Well, you made me want to do that. Like that might be
you
something
should.
that Brittany and I do.
I
Yeah,
oh I totally recommend it, and it needs to be a Christmas beer.
has
Hopefully
to.
Christmas bomb,
Yeah.
but a Christmas beer because Christmas night. So we'll review some more Christmas beers in the next few weeks.
What about Christmas
Um,
eggnog with the antlers? What the glass cup with the antlers?
oh yeah,
Christmas vacation.
exactly. Now my wife is again vegan. She got some vegan eggnog, and I never drank it. It just looks disgusting,
I
and
tried it and it is disgusting,
it has to be some regular eggnog
bro.
in the antlers while the crapper's full, outside. So,
Dude, that's awesome. Because our family, we all are lactose intolerant. Does that stop me from enjoying queso when I go to Oklahoma for the best queso there ever was and the best Mexican food? Absolutely not. It's worth it.
no,
But dude, it's
exactly.
hard for us to drink like milk and stuff.
Just make sure you bring some like the poopery spray.
Yeah.
uh, kind of going back to some of our stories. When we met, I think you and I just kind of hit it off from the
Yeah.
beginning. We definitely had similarities between one another, but definitely had some differences as well.
Yeah.
But those similarities and differences, what makes friendships. But
Yeah.
one of the things that I always liked about you were about as crazy
Yeah.
as I am.
Yeah. That's
Um,
true.
and willing to do a lot of things that like I would do that other people would like, oh, that's crazy. Like one of the things that you and I did, we did a donut delivery service.
We made a video with a
Yeah.
mock-up donut delivery service. Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
And you hit me with your car.
I
Yeah.
did.
Do you
I
remember
hit
that?
you with my car. Yes, I did
Going,
hit you with my
going
car.
fast. Now, when
I
I say
was-
fast, I don't mean like 20, but
It was enough to throw you into the windshield.
oh my gosh, it hurt. And I was you talking about fist fights. I was like, what in the world?
Yeah.
I was like, I was supposed to run into you. And then you're like, oh, I accidentally hit the clutch or something.
I had
And I'm
this
like-
little, I call it the rust bucket. It was a Ford Escort, 98, 89 Ford Escort rust bucket. But man, that thing was so much fun to drive.
It was fun.
But it was fun because we used my old company that I was working for, Fast Signs. I guess it was on a weekend, but I had the keys to go inside, and
We did a lot of fast signs when you
yeah,
weren't.
probably more than I would have been approved to do for sure. But that was so funny. Yeah, we did like a donut delivery guy. Like I came in and you were working at the store, and I came in with the donuts, and I was like, "Yo, dude, here's your donuts," and I like threw them at you or something like that.
Yeah.
And then I don't remember how we got to the scene in the back alley,
I don't either. I mean, it was, again, like 15 years ago.
but I
Right,
was
you were-
driving.
You were
listening to
driving.
Demon Hunter,
Hunter.
like straight up
Which
hardcore.
is like a very hardcore, like screaming, like metal band.
Screamo, yeah, for sure.
And you were like jamming. Like I remember you just like, like jamming, and then that's when we cut to the shot of me,
Yeah,
and I was supposed to like again. My thoughts. I don't care. We weren't producing this for some high quality. It
Right.
was for like our like
it's just fun.
at church or something, or just fun. I
Yeah.
forgot. You act when you hit me. I remember my legs going up, and then my face hitting the window. Like,
Oh yeah,
it wasn't like where I had to go to the hospital,
right.
but it did hurt. I remember.
hit you good. I hit you good.
Yeah.
You know what I was thinking of too is man, we used to jam together, bro. Nobody knows this about Joe, but he's a hell of a djembe player,
Yeah. I haven't played the
Did you-
djembe since you and I played.
dude. We used to jam, and like I was pretty picky about the beats that were with me, and you knew me really well. Like you knew the music that I did. You did some worship sets with me back in the day, but also like you traveled with me.
Yeah.
To like our Landry's. Shout out to our Landry's out in Arkansas, Fort Smith,
Yep.
Arkansas. And man, you used to do some sets with me. That we had some fun times back in the
We
day.
had a lot of fun. That was really fun going
That
out to
was fun.
Arkansas.
Yeah,
That's like my
he was a
one.
professional djembe player.
I know that was my one musical gig, and you even paid me, which was like crazy.
Yeah,
I was
yeah.
like, man, you don't. I was like, this is your gig. I'm just here for the fun,
Dude, I tip
and
shared.
you paid me from tips,
I
which was
paid you
awesome.
handsomely, sir.
And I remember someone you played like a song. You know, most of the sets were like on radio, but I think you played one song that was like maybe like a hymn or something, and but you kind of changed it up to a
Yeah.
little bit more contemporary. And I
Right.
remember this lady coming by dropping a $5 bill in there. She's like, "You're good, but I like the original style much more." And then she did this look like, and like turned around,
Whatever.
and I'm like, that kind of sums up some of that,
Oh
like
my gosh.
that
If I'm with you,
culture.
Joe, there's some crazy things that happen. Like you bring out the crazy in people. Like
I do.
now tell everybody about the time with the straws in the
Uh
drive-through window.
man, I may have to save that story.
Okay.
I
Okay.
I want to save that story when I'm with the guy
Okay.
that was with me.
So there's a hook for you to watch next
Yeah, there's a
time.
hook. I mean, this. I'll say this: these crazy stories with me
Yeah.
started when I was born. The
That's
day I was
insane.
born, I was kidnapped.
Are you
Um,
serious?
yeah, I don't know if I ever told you that story. I
How
was
do I not know
kidnapped
this?
in the hospital, and they like called the code whatever, and they locked all the doors, the elevators, and a nurse took me. I don't know why. I was like an ugly baby. I was like almost 11 pounds. I was hairier than I am now, and I was just like full of wrinkles. Like the bed didn't fit me, the blankets didn't fit me. They had to like order
What?
all this other stuff for me.
But there was something about you that made you stealable.
Yeah, I guess so. Just little Cherokee little baby. My dad found me. My dad tells this story, but every time he does, because I tell the story and like, oh, I don't believe you. I'm like, well, go ask my dad.
Yeah.
And he cries every time he tells the story.
Oh,
And so like, because he found me, he saw me, of course, like I'm easily spottable because how big I am. And he says, oh, there's my baby, and he went after me, and it was a nurse. I don't know what the story after, like what happened to the
so
nurse.
the
I don't.
nurse stole you?
Yeah, a nurse stole
Stole
me.
you?
So
Oh my gosh.
I don't know anything about it besides that. But so that's when the
Wow.
craziness of my life happened. Day one, and it continues to this day. That being said, I'm okay with it. I mean, it's fun stories to tell.
I was gonna say we've done some really crazy stuff together, and we don't talk about it often. But dude, we used to storm chase together
Oh, we did.
because we
Yeah.
were Oklahomies,
Yeah.
and that's what we do for sport in Oklahoma is chase tornadoes.
Oh, we were playing golf. Remember? We were at the driving
Yeah,
range. We saw
on
the big
Hefner.
clouds.
Yeah,
The sirens went off,
yep.
and you and I just we didn't even. I talked about my wife and I sometimes talk in silence. You
Dude,
and I did that. We looked at each other, and we
we were
both
just
just was
gone,
like, "Yep." That's what we said. Like, "Yep." And we
dude.
hopped in the
Oh,
two-door Civic
come on.
and went chasing.
And we chased. And dude, we went several towns away.
And we
Dude, that
saw a
was so
funnel.
much fun. And now that we're grown-ups and we have resources, I'm sure our wives would love to get rid of us for a while, but dude, we need to make a little series on your channel,
For sure.
where we just go storm chasing together.
Right. And one thing I want to do, with you helping me and kind of plug for Patreon, if you guys want to support me,
Yeah. Yeah.
uh, I want to take you to a storm chasing tour, like a week
Oh,
in like
come on.
April or May, and us go and hop in one of those vans where they take us storm chasing.
Yes.
And that would be so much fun.
That's
They're
got to
kind of
happen.
expensive, but like that would be like a gift for me to you.
Dude,
Um,
I would accept that gift.
yeah. Oh, it'd be so much fun.
That would be so much fun.
So, Joey, any final thoughts on this beer?
Oh, dude, I'm telling you, again, this is probably in my top 5 favorite beers for sure. I love the label. The label in my eyes is up there in like the 8, 9, 10 range. The smell, the aromatics, also up there in the 8, 9, 10 range. Visually, I mean, the darker the better, and you can't see light through that. I'm looking in my studio lights right now, and I can't see through it. And the taste is equally to me as pleasing as the other categories. So I would easily give this an 8. And that's a
Nice.
pretty high rating, I would think, for myself.
For me, same thing. Label, I'm going to give a 10.
Yeah.
For me, the label is about as close to perfect as you can get, especially with Christmas. And you pointed out, I didn't even notice this before, when Santa's taken off with the dude's wife. That is just hilarious. So the label is a 10.
Great.
The aromatics, it's right up there, 8 or 9. Rating around 8 or 9. The taste, right up there, 8 or 9.
Yeah.
I'm going to give this a 9. So
Dang.
this is, and this is my 500th beer. And I'm pretty critical, when it comes to rating beer. So 9.
How many 9s have you given out in the past?
I've rated several 9s. I hardly ever give a 10.
Sure.
I've rated 1 10, and the beer itself isn't even as good as this. But the reason being is, again, it's how I rate things.
Sure.
Which may be different, but I had it in Germany. Actually, Belgium. I had it in Belgium at the brewery. So it was more of the atmosphere.
Oh, so you had the whole vibe going on.
I had a whole vibe. So it was Quack, called KWAK. Served in like a wooden holster beer.
Come on.
So it was just a fun experience. But this, it definitely gets the Bearded Joe's beer review approval. Give it a 9. So it's good. Well, thank you, Joey, for coming on the show. Thank you for reviewing this beer. So go check out, if you're in Tampa, Florida, go check out Jug and Bottle. And also, Joey, name the place you went to one more time.
Yeah, in Craft Brewed.
Okay.
Is the place that I went to.
Okay, and then check out Prairie Artisan Ales. They're in Oklahoma, but they're shipped out to multiple locations. And again, this is Christmas Bomb. All right, guys, thank you so much for letting me guide you through reviewing Christmas Bomb by Prairie Artisan Ales. Please like and subscribe so you can see future videos, and also comment below. Tell me your experiences as well with this beer if you've had it. And as always, here at Bearded Joe's Beer Reviews, we believe alcohol is a gift to enjoy, not an escape. So until next time, cheers.
Cheers.